Alright, in this video I'm going to share with you how to fix and heal your relationship with food. Now, for most people that are going to watch this video, maybe you included, you probably think that your relationship with food's okay, but maybe you do have that awareness that your relationship with food needs work. But let's talk about this. So this is something that I coach on because it's so important. This is why most people go on diets and fail and then keep going on diets for their whole life, because they don't figure out and understand the root of the problem, which is your relationship with food. Just like we have a relationship with people, we have a relationship with money, we have a relationship with food. Whether we want to admit it or not, every single human has a relationship with food. So, and for most people, especially if they're struggling with their weight, if your weight's fluctuating every year, or you're getting fatter and fatter every year, and you're the heaviest you've ever been, maybe, perhaps, or you just feel weak, you feel sluggish, you have brain fog, you can't focus, you don't have any energy to play with kids or just have sex with your partner, and you don't have any libido. This is one of the root causes of why. It's the relationship with your food, right? How can you manage your energy if you can't manage your relationship with your food? So let's go into it. One of the biggest things that I see and hear about so many times is people would eat something they don't normally eat. Notice I didn't say they eat like cheat on their diet, right? I don't use that language. I never say the word cheat. That's not even in my vocabulary. Anyway, so people eat stuff they don't normally eat, right? And then what happens is they go ahead and think to themselves, oh, I need to burn this off tomorrow. Everyone says that, right? I need to burn this off tomorrow. Oh, I had a cheesecake today, so that means tomorrow I need to go and burn it off at the gym. That right there shows me that that person has a terrible relationship with food. It's not terrible, that's a wrong word. Poor relationship with food, because you can still be in great shape and have that relationship to food. I know many people like that in Bali. Like, they go to not CrossFit, that's one place, but wherever they go, right? Any gym, doesn't matter. I just say CrossFit because I like saying that. Anyways, so yeah, like so many people that are fitness junkies, right? They look great, but their internal health, I know for sure, is not great, because they're eating shit tons of sugar, and because they exercise so much, they actually look great, but their internal organs, man, that's a whole nother story, right? Health is different to fitness. And that's another thing. People don't understand that fitness, being fit and being healthy are two different things, like completely different. Like, you can be fit and be very unhealthy. That's very possible. Anyway, I digress. So having that relationship to food where you're like, if, let's say you're not exercising, and you tell yourself, oh, I can't eat that cheesecake because I'm not exercising. Well, that's not the problem, right? Like, if you're eating cheesecake all the time, that's the problem. And understanding how to implement this, like if you're not implementing any type of intermittent fasting, then that's another issue in and of itself, right? So a lot of times people want to go ahead and lose weight or get leaner, right? And they're approaching food like this, and it's actually hurting them, because now they're going to keep on that hamster wheel. So you're actually using exercise as a punishment instead of exercise as something that is going to help you become better. Like, you're punishing yourself. You're like, all right, I'm gonna eat this pizza, but then I gotta fucking kill myself in the gym. So it's like you're basically punishing yourself, and what that's doing to your self-worth is actually, it's not building your self-worth. Like, you're just punishing yourself, right? And so, yeah, it's something that I see a lot, and it's crazy pattern. Like, I go to the gym because I want to build myself. I want to build my mindset. I want to build that solid, right? The strength in my mindset, strength in my body, and feel good about who I am. That's why I go to the gym. I don't go to the gym because I had some shit food the night before and I need to burn it off. Like, that's not how I'm thinking about it, right? And so let's go into the food real quick. So why are we treating food like that? Well, see, how I view food is all foods are on the table. There are no bad foods. I can choose to eat a cheesecake if I want to, and I don't have any guilt or shame around food. Now, this is the biggest thing I want to share with you in this video, is the guilt and shame is why we treat ourselves as like, oh, we're going to have to burn it off. Because in our mind, we're like, I did something bad. I need to go and correct that mistake. Like, I did something bad now, so I'm going to have to do this shit that I don't want to do. And whether or not you want to do it or not, that's irrelevant, right? Because discipline is, you do shit you don't want to do. And we all know that exercise is beneficial, everyone knows that. But like, the guilt of like, oh, I did something bad. Or maybe it's shame, like shameful that you ate a cheesecake or donut. It's like, oh, I am a bad person because now I had this donut and I'm supposed to be trying to get a six pack or trying to get a flat stomach or trying to just lean down to my ideal body weight and manage my weight so it doesn't go up and down all the time. And I've had this donut.
Fuck, I'm a bad person.
And that shame creeps in, and that can really damage your psyche around food. So now it's like the self-trust decreases because it's like, oh, I can't trust myself to eat good because I'm always eating shit. And you're blaming yourself, your self-talk, negative self-talk comes in, and then all of a sudden you lose your confidence in yourself, you lose the trust in yourself, and then you have to go and beat yourself up in the gym because you're a fucking idiot, like all the negative self-talk, right? I'm an idiot, I shouldn't have had that cake, now I've got to go in the fucking gym and try and work this off. And it's just constant beating yourself, you're beating yourself up, and you're basically lowering your confidence, lowering your trust in yourself, lowering your self-esteem. Every week this happens, right? This is why some people just can't seem to ever lean down to their ideal body weight or lose the extra tire around their waist because of their relationship to food, and that stems from their relationship to themselves. Like how they treat themselves is in a negative way. And as I always say this to my clients, like, because all of this, at the end of the day, all of this is self-love, right? So if you love yourself, you really love yourself, because I spoke to a lady once and she was like, everyone thinks they love themselves. And I was like, yeah, you're right, that's true. But most people don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't be stuffing your face with fucking cakes and drinking excessive amounts of alcohol if you really loved yourself. Because you know what that's doing to your body. So why are you doing it, right? So of course it's deeper than that, it's all mental, right? So if you actually have the self-love, then you won't be engaging in any of those activities, right? Sure, a little bit here and there, I get that. Yesterday I had a cocktail, I understand, I had one, right? But if you're excessively doing it, overdoing it, then that's really not self-love, is it? It's escapism and it's something else. So again, one of the biggest things that I've learned as a coach, being in this industry of health, is understanding that most people's issues are not the real issues. For example, let's say someone comes to me, let's say you come to me and say, I want to lose weight. Well, I know that's not your problem. Like, I know it. Like, that's not. Because losing weight is not hard. The problem is all the other stuff. It's like you see the glacier at the top above the water, but then below the water there's all this limiting beliefs, stories, traumas, all this stuff that's playing a role in how you're behaving, right? So that's why with my coaching, it's not just about, oh, let's eat this, don't eat that kind of stuff. It's not that. It's way deeper than that. Of course, we go through nutrition, but it's like, what's your relationship like with yourself? How do you treat yourself? What's the self-talk like? What are the beliefs you're believing about food, for example? What are the beliefs you believe about yourself? Do you trust yourself? If you say you're going to do something, do you do it? What's your character like? And all of this stuff. Again, ultimately, what's the goal here? The goal is to become the best version of ourselves, right? For me, my whole goal, my driving force in life is to become the man I want to be, right? The man that I would look up to and be proud of, right? I'm proud of myself, but I'm on the path to getting to the ultimate version of myself. And that's always going to be a process, right? But I can be proud of myself in that process. But that's why I'm here. That's literally why I'm here on this planet. That's why I believe. So everything I'm doing is helping people to become better versions of themselves. And you're watching this, you probably want to become a better version of yourself as well. So what I'm saying is healing your relationship with food goes back to, self-love, and just relationship, how you treat yourself affects how you treat yourself when you're around food. Like for example, when I started getting in shape and I went to an event and I went to a buffet, I'm not stuffing my face with all this sugar and stuff because I know what that does to my body, right? Again, treat myself with love and care. I'm putting the great food in my body. Now, again, adding to the self-love, what I was going to touch on earlier that I kind of forgot, I just remembered it, is I tell my clients, I ask them, would you treat a 5-year-old kid the same way you treat yourself? Like the same way you talk to yourself, would you say the same stuff to a 5-year-old kid or the 5-year-old version of yourself? Would you say that? Obviously, the answer is no. They always say,
no, of course not. I would not say that.
I would encourage them. I'd be like, no, it's okay. Like, you ate that, but it's fine. Tomorrow's another day. And I'd encourage them and be kind and loving and supporting. Then my next question is,
why are you doing that for yourself?
And usually, it gives an aha moment of like, oh shit, yeah, why aren't I doing that for myself? And then that's the first step to solving the problem, because the first step to solving any problem is being aware of the problem. Most people are not aware. Like, hear me out here. If you've been struggling with your weight for the last 5 years, however long you've been struggling with your weight, and you think you know the answer to solving that problem, but the results tell a different story. Numbers don't lie. If you've been struggling for 5 years, clearly there's something that you don't know, something that you're not aware of, that is dictating your behavior, which is why it's so hard for you to change. Therefore, meaning, if you continue to not get help with that, that's going to continue to be a problem for you. Is that fair to say? Most people say yes. So now it's like, okay, how can I get unstuck? How can I change this situation? Well, first of all, you need someone, usually, to help you become aware of what the actual problem is. Because most people think the problem of why they can't lose weight and get in the best shape of their life is because they're on the wrong program, or they are, they're not dieting properly, they're not eating the right foods. And yeah, that's part of the problem, but the bigger problem is the mentality. It's the awareness of the actual root of the problem. And the root of the problem is usually not just about what you're eating, it's like your beliefs about this thing. Like,
Do you actually believe that you can do it?
because if you don't, then you will default to sabotaging whatever efforts you go to. You can get a six-pack, like one of my business mentors. He got a six-pack, and then he sabotaged it. Because it's like a thermostat in the room. It's the same thing with money, right? Like, I've been talking to my friend about my money mindset and my money thermostat. It's the exact same thing with money. It's like, if you're used to, I'll give you that example, by the way. So, actually no, I'll give you the health example. So if you see yourself, again, self-image and thermostat, right? So if you see yourself as the fat person, right? And you get on this new program and you lean down and you get a six-pack. Now you have changed your physical appearance, but you still see yourself as a fat person. Even though you look in the mirror, you see a six-pack, but you're looking at the fat person. You literally, your eyes can't see the new you because you're still attached to the old you. So now you're going to take the action to get back to how you see yourself. That's just how it works. So you're going to sabotage your results to go back to being the fat person because that's how you see yourself. You literally see yourself as a fat person. That is about identity, okay, and self-image. It's like how you see yourself will dictate how you behave in the world, and it's all subconscious. But again, you need someone to bring this to your awareness, which I hope this video is doing for you, because again, I talk to a specific group of people, right? So if you're aged between 35 and 55 and you've never been able to get abs in your life and you just think it's for someone else and not you, God didn't make you to not have abs. Like, you have abs, you just haven't, you got all these beliefs that have been so hardwired, you've got so much proof for all of these false beliefs that you just believe it to be true. Like, it's like concrete, it doesn't even move. Like, yeah, of course, I'm just not meant to have abs. I'm not trying to make this about abs, but I'm trying to prove a point where you can improve your body. Like, I'm not Michael Phelps, I'm a terrible swimmer, but if I just focus and change my beliefs about that and commit and get a coach, I can be a very, very, very good swimmer, right? And it's just a choice, it's a decision that I haven't made, right? So I can tell you that, yeah, I'm never going to be as good as Michael Phelps. Probably true. But if I decide to make that decision to, get to near that level, it might take me 20 years, but in 20 years, if I'm focused and dedicated and committed and get the right coach, I can be very close to that level, right? And it's just time and effort and getting the right team around you. So it's the same thing with your nutrition, right? Your health, your relationship to food. It's exactly the same thing. And if you want to fix this, then it's an easier fix than you think, but you just haven't had the right support to go ahead and do that, all right? And I want to be that guy for you to help you with this, because this is what I geek out on, because again, it's something that in the marketing space, it's like, sell them what they want, give them what they need, right? So I know what you need, and I know what you want. Everyone wants like a six-pack, they want big muscles, or they want to have more energy, like they all want that stuff, right? Everyone wants that, I know you want that. And you can get that, absolutely. But I want you to have that forever, not just for a few months, right? And that's the biggest change, biggest differentiator with me is I'm teaching you how to fish and also giving you the fish at the same time, so that you have the results and you also know how to sustain the results for yourself. Okay, because once you change your relationship to food, you have a healthy relationship to food. You're eating to fuel your body, not just eating for pleasure. Everything changes. And then the self-love aspect, how you love yourself, you treat yourself much better, your self-talk is better, and your life just gets better, and your energy, the vibration you're vibrating from, is getting better. And you start attracting more of the things that you want, the people that you want in your life, as a result of you fixing your relationship with yourself. Okay, and that affects your relationship with food, other people, everyone that you love in your life. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you want more help or more information on how to get coaching from me, click the links in the description. You'll find out how to get access to the webinar, the 5 steps on how to get in the best shape of your life, increase your energy, have mental clarity, so you're not coming home after a day's work and you're zonked out, your partner wants you to make love and then you're just like, oh, I love, I'm tired, I can't do it. Or your kids want you to play with them and you can't play with them because you're so tired. You know, if that's you, then click the link below this video. We can solve this for you. I've got loads of clients similar to yourself, you know, CEOs, entrepreneurs, busy professionals of all walks of life, you know, and go and click the link and let's get you started. Let's get you going. Book your call and I'll speak to you soon. My name is Aaron. Thanks for watching. If you watched this far, go and click the link, man. Go and click that link and just see what we got to offer you, because time waits for no man, you know. And you're only getting older, that back pain, knee pain, it's not going away anytime soon unless you do something about it, right? And I can help with that as well. The mobility is something that I geek out on, and it's something that I'm really passionate about, because that's another thing. It's like moving your body is very important. And yeah, click the link below. Let's get you sorted. Let's fix this problem once and for all. Ciao.